She's a big polyamory advocate, Nina Hartley.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. She's done porn her whole life.
Yeah. Do you know she's a registered nurse? Or was?
So, when you guys are doing, do you try to look at the camera, or you just keep it on?
Breaking the fourth wall don't really matter.
No.
Talk to us, talk to the camera,
Yeah.
talk to...
We mug. So like, we'll mug to the camera from time to time, but it's not like we're more or less talking to each other.
Sure.
More or less.
It's all about the hang.
You know what I can't find? You know what I forgot?
What's that?
The bottle opener.
Look at this.
Hey, you got that ring again? All
Look
right.
at that pudding.
Yes, we're good. The bottle opener anyway.
Just use the edge of your pre-bar table.
Of our nice table? Hell no. Although, we should install
Screw
bottle
it into
openers. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Let me get that for you.
Yeah. I'll be the ticket.
How come I'm not switching over here?
Over to what?
I'm not switching over to... I'm getting a thing there. Let me
I
start.
don't know.
Let me start
We
that.
could have everything we need to have.
Yeah, no, it's up. It wasn't switching over. Hey, you wanna...
We got a couple more seconds, man. You don't want to rush these things. There we go. Now it's 7 o'clock.
There you go.
Number 45.
What number is it?
4, 5.
Really?
Yeah.
45 weeks?
Yeah.
We got our
45 steady weeks.
I got our 1 year
When
coming
are we
up.
gonna have a clip show?
Yeah, as soon as we hire somebody to edit for us.
That'd be great.
Oh,
Remember
and
this
edit all the
time?
clips together.
Star Sweep.
Star Sweep. We'll get some video dating editor from the 80s.
That won't be so bad.
Hi. I like long walks on the beach and chilled champagne. If that's you,
Call me. Welcome to Feed a Dog. I'm Jimmy. I'm Sid. And welcome our buddy Nate in tonight.
our studio audience is going crazy.
They're throwing bras and all kinds of stuff at
keys,
us.
hotel keys.
Pickle chips.
I'm telling you, that would have worked.
Pickle chips is great, man. Nice zesty bread and butter.
Why is my Facebook not opening?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
The Zuck shut you down.
Uh-oh.
Well, I don't want to piss off the Zuck.
Why don't you dole out some of the...
Let's start with that. You got your choice tonight, Nathan. We got cherry, cranberry, or blackberry.
I'll try the cherry. Sounds pretty tasty.
You got that ring trick? Where's the ice?
Thanks, sir.
You want it on ice? You want to try
I'll
it
take an
without
ice cube.
We have spheres here.
Thank
at
you.
Feed the Dog.
It's an actual bottle opener ring.
Oh, you changed it. You don't get that regular
Well,
ring.
no, I
You
chewed
want
it.
Hear me and give me the one that looks like cream soda.
Chewing the hell out of my
cranberry.
metal ring.
So these are brought to you by our good friends up in Iron River. I always want to say Iron Mountain.
Yeah, that's in Michigan.
Yeah, I know, but I always want to say Iron Mountain. But our good
I'd like
friends-
one too. No, it's fine. Go ahead. Go on. No, it's good. I'm good.
What are you talking about? I'm getting to you.
I think I'm gonna go with
Said
blackberry.
I'm a bottle opener ring guy.
Oh, there it is. Takes a little getting used to, dude. Like, do it without looking.
Maybe
I think
you need
that
more
ring
practice.
is overrated and you're a little angry about buying it. That's what I think. What are you drinking, Tim? You drinking the cran?
Yep.
Pretty tasty.
Check it out. Whitewinter.com. Make an order. Put in promo code Feed the Dog.
What's that promo code?
Feed the Dog. One word. And get 15. That is 15%
Not
off.
50.
Not 50. 15. 15. And yeah, stop in up there. Tell Kim and John we says hello. And get yourself some of
Hey, there it is.
beautiful quencher or mead or some of their spirits
Or ciders.
or ciders.
They make ciders too.
They got all kinds of stuff.
Did you give them the website?
You take a rip off of that? Whitewinter.com.
Yeah.
Whitewinter.com.
Yeah.
Go there. Do yourself a favor. Take a rip off of that.
Go there.
How you like it?
It's fucking good.
That's a
really
cruncher.
good.
That's a.
See that?
That's a
We got a new guy too.
hey, we got a convert.
Fucking good. Like all day on a hot day. Can't
Yeah.
you just imagine? Oh.
Imagine.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Okay, I'm almost there.
You got it?
There's that.
Volume down?
There it is.
Is your volume down?
Now it is.
Oh, there it is. See,
It was off.
episode 45. Still working at the kinks.
It's still fucking everything up. Oh. How's everybody's week?
Wonderful.
Good, good.
Pretty good. We frolicked
We
today.
frolicked. Today was yes, Mount Herb Summer Frolic this weekend. This thing's a little tight. I
See
gotta
that?
say.
That's why you fucking. That's why you were manstrating earlier. What about me? What about me? I got you.
I'm just saying it was a little tight. Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
Probably turned my finger green.
Huh? Not only does it hurt, but it's cheap.
You sure that's the ring doing that, or?
No, it's yeah, it's right.
It's right here between
Ring
this and that.
I like to call this one the Vulcan. This one is a little tickle monster. Sure, my French flipper trick. No.
Batman.
Thank you, God.
You just look like a lobster.
It's a penguin. Look at me. No.
I can't do that stuff, man.
Look at how gnarled up his fingers are.
I can't. I just can't.
I don't know how he does anything with those.
I gotta eat like this.
You want something really weird?
That's why the ladies like him though, because they're all like,
What's really weird? His kid's fingers are the same way.
really. So,
His are like
so it's a
that.
genetic thing.
No, well, that's what he was trying to talk about a couple weeks ago when we talked about it. Because yeah, my son's fingers are kind of. He can feel. I can't feel it. My fingers are like really fucked up.
Yeah.
His look like shit, but he
can
you
still
know.
feel
So he's trying to chalk it up to genetics.
No,
or
because yours aren't like that naturally.
Evolution. No,
Yes, evolution.
right. No, I created these.
Yeah, it's like the lady, the chick that was born with like one short finger, but her dad lost that finger in a machine accident, and then she was born with like one stubby finger.
And she can only swim in circles.
That's right. They call her Loopy.
They call her Loopy.
So it's like the tail of the swimmer that made Jimmy's kid, like it's all fucked up too.
Probably kinked at the end.
That's how he got the screwed up fingers.
That's great. The tail. All right. Good stuff. Good.
So, Nathan is the owner of Tyrol Basin. It's our break away, break a leg at Tyrol Basin. But that's not where you started.
Nope.
So, let's go back to let's just get out of high school because high school sucks anyway. It's just a thing. Minnesota. You're in Minnesota. You go to school after high school. Where'd you go to college?
I went to Wild.
Wait, you went to high school in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from.
Yep, I grew up in Minnesota.
I didn't know that. Where?
Hastings.
Hastings?
Yep. Little. Used to be a little town south of Twin Cities.
Is it a ghetto now?
No, it's still not too bad. I'd say
Minnesota's kind of going downhill.
it's a wealthy suburb, so they kind of
Like a Vinylville.
Yeah. So it's not small anymore, but yeah, that's where I grew up. It's right on the Mississippi.
Oh, wow.
Hop, skip, and jump over is Prescott, Wisconsin, so like right on the border there.
And did you have a future plan when you left high school, or you're just like, I got to go to college because that's what you do?
I wanna
after high
go
school?
up and
I
make
dropped out
candles.
of high school in 11th grade. I just got
Did you?
fed up with it and stopped going one day. So then I got to go to the alternative high school with all the druggies and pregnant girls, which that really limits your selection of ladies because they're already all knocked up.
That's what you're into.
But anyways, I got all
Some
that mess. And I went to Biotech for auto mechanics. I guess what I had in mind was I was going to be a custom car builder. That was my goal or my dream.
Okay, so there
or
was
my-
a dream. It wasn't
Yeah.
just I got to go to school for something because.
And
that's
you
what
were working
do after
towards
high
it.
Yep. I was gonna race cars and build custom cars, and probably the same dream that every other person who decides to go to that school for auto mechanics has. And got there and realized, yeah, I'm not gonna get this.
Why not?
Because there's 1,000 other people who want to do it as well.
You got to be the best. Did you build a custom car?
I had a pretty nice car in high school that I used to
What'd you
race.
have?
87 Trans Am.
87 Trans Am?
Yep.
Trans Am.
Nice. I had an 82 Pontiac Grand Prix.
What year was the
SJ.
Bandits Trans Am?
That was like a
70
76,
something.
76, 78, somewhere, maybe 78.
Yeah, that was body style before what I had.
So you weren't rocking the Thunder Chicken.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, you had like the
There was
the,
little
the
ones,
chips,
like on the pillar,
Yeah.
but there wasn't the big one on the.
Okay.
No flaming chicken on the hood.
shaker hood. No, it didn't have that.
No. No.
There you
The
go.
87s had they had like vents in the front and vents on the side, but no shaker.
And more of an aggressive beacon.
Yep. Yeah, more that
Yours
aggressive
looked like
beacon.
punches on chips,
Yep.
right?
Or no,
Jim Rockford.
Knight Rider. Looked like a Knight
Rockford.
Rider.
Oh, Night.
Oh, Knight Rider.
Knight Rider.
Oh, you were that body style.
Yep. Yep.
So that was the one
Oh.
after the Bandit.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
thought you were before
Bandits
the Bandit.
Gen 2, Knight Riders Gen 3, I think. I should
thought
know
you were
this.
before
but-
the Bandit.
Did you like watching Knight Rider and be like,
No.
I'm going to turn my car into this?
No.
Did you like the black wheels better?
I always like the honeycombs. Because that was.
See, he liked the black wheels, which took me by surprise. The honeycombs aren't a bad selection. But that still catches me by surprise.
I like the black wheels.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the dished ones that are like
Yeah.
gloss, those are nice looking.
Yeah.
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 They
Rather
did-
than the honeycomb just looks too busy.
They did those again on. They did a black honeycomb version on the last Trans Am they made, the WS6 one, and like that must have been like 03. They did. It was a combo. It was the honeycomb style, but it was that gloss black color. It wasn't gold.
Oh, so they said, okay, here's what we're going to do.
Right.
We're not going to go just back. We're going to go way back, and we're going to put it together. The sample.
So you decide you're not going to build cars anymore. But now I assume you finished college.
Yeah, I went to auto mechanics school. WyoTech was cool because you got a 2-year degree in a year.
Yeah.
I went 8 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Okay.
Got out of there in a year. So I kind of decided like building cars, that sort of thing, was going to be a pretty hard job to get. So I was like, well, I'll go work, a high-end car dealership or something. They don't tell you when you're applying for stuff like that is you have to have a clean driving record to get hired.
You didn't have a clean driving record?
No.
Oh.
I lost my license like 13 times by the time I was 18. Literally.
Is that even possible?
Oh, it's possible. My first speeding ticket was for 130 miles an hour.
Is that
at
why you
30.
live in Wisconsin now? Because you can't drive in Minnesota?
I can drive in Minnesota.
Right.
They wouldn't. When I moved to Wisconsin.
Can't drive in 37 states, but Wisconsin's one.
And when I moved to Wisconsin in 09, they gave me a probationary driver's license again because my record in Minnesota was so bad.
Wonderful.
So yeah, so I had a probationary driver's license in Wisconsin.
So now
for
you're
5
going to think
years.
you're going to sell high-end cars?
Well, go work
No,
for
not
high-end
sell.
cars.
Build.
Yeah, fix,
Fix.
repair.
Fix. It's going to
Yeah.
build them and fix them.
Going to be that guy.
You
Yeah.
got a problem with the flux capacitor. Don't worry about it till I can take care of you. I'll put a new one in.
I got a guy.
Be done by noon on
I got a
Monday.
flux capacitor guy. I'll get it out of Detroit. Be here by tomorrow.
Be done by
So
noon
they're
on
looking
Monday.
at my
Yeah, you're right.
resume.
Yesterday, fuck the pastor.
Good
You
point.
should be waiting for me.
They look at my resume, look at my driver's record. Come see me in 4 years. We'll give you a job.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
like-
gosh.
So like,
When your driving record clears up.
yep.
Yeah.
So pretty much dreams crushed.
Sure.
Screwed. What am I gonna do? Look to the next booth over. BNSF Railways hiring.
Railways.
Yeah.
So you're working on the railroad.
Yeah, I took 2 diesel classes while I was at auto mechanics school, and the railroad hired me, and I've never worked on cars again. I always worked on diesel from then on out.
Never worked on gas motors.
Yep.
again. All diesel.
All diesel.
How's it like working on a railroad?
It's like going back in time.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a cool
All the
job.
long day.
I was
Sometimes his setups are a little subtle. You don't quite catch it.
gotta get up about a half hour earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went and worked on the railroad. It's a cool job. You work night shift. Your days off are Mondays and Tuesdays.
We're just maintaining engines, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was.
So
I was
like out
calling-
riding a caboose and chasing the
No,
hobos
no,
away?
no hat. There's no cabooses anymore.
Did
No.
they give you a
But there are
sledgehammer or
there are still hobos.
Yeah.
There's one night in the railroad. We're out, so we go fuel the trains on the main line. They come in, they be out of gas or diesel. We go out there and fuel them. So I'd have to walk around and like check it over, make sure it's got oil and diesel and coolant and whatever else. And we're going in this one cab and get in the cab. There's 3 people in there, completely fucking naked. They've been on the train since California where it left.
They got really hobos though.
They got no clothes. They got nothing with them. And we're like, what are you doing? And they're, well, we're just riding the train.
Naked.
Yeah. You know you're in Minnesota now, right? What?
And you know you're naked, right?
That wasn't even a
Dude.
That wasn't even a thing. But the railroad is a.
Not even a branch.
We could do a
Fig
whole
leaf, something?
do a whole episode on the railroad. Just crazy stories.
Really? Can you give us? Is this the craziest, or you got a crazier one?
There's a guy who tried to stab us one night when we were getting in a locomotive.
Was he naked?
No, he wasn't naked. There's another
How
guy.
was he dressed?
So in the middle of the rail yard, they always build this. It's called the hump. It's a big hill.
Why do they call it the hump? Because it's a big hill?
Because it's a big hill. It's called the hump.
Okay, so why is there a big, what's the big hill for?
So a remote control, like, you know, your remote control car, they have remote control locomotives in the rail yard. So an engineer is the only one who can drive a locomotive. A conductor can't drive it, or the union gets all mad.
Oh, wait, hold it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
I didn't know
the loophole for that is you can give a conductor remote control. As long as you got that remote control, you can drive the train around. He just can't sit in the engineer's seat. So he stands on the front and drives it with remote control.
So technically the conductor could drive it, but it's not really because he's not an engineer and he's a union.
Yep, it's a union thing.
Gotcha.
But anyways, the hump, whatever train comes in, you know, might have cars going 50 different places on it. If there's, you know, 1,000 cars
Like
in a train.
Conjunction Junction?
Yep.
What's your
So
function?
they push it up the hill, and then they unhook each car, and a computer sends them down different tracks to go out on the next fucking train.
Right.
So they go up the hump, and you need the gravity to get the cars wherever the fuck they're going.
Off the hump.
Yeah,
So you
off
run
the
it.
hump.
Okay. That's what the
So-
hump is for.
That's what the hump's
Okay.
for. So all the time, where I worked was in downtown Minneapolis, and the rail yard was, I think, like 20.
So you were
20
downtown Minneapolis.
downtown Minneapolis.
trains?
On trains. Yep.
Yeah, that's a big
That would
rail,
be fucking rad.
that's a big rail yard.
No. That would be rad.
Northtown Diesel Shop. It's a Northtown yard.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. BNSF Railways, that's the orange
Also
and black
not a
ones.
sponsor.
It's like, that rail yard's like 26 square miles. That's how big
Sure.
that rail yard is.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of cars that move around.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And so people wander in there drunk and they get lost because it's a big maze. And they get like hung up on tracks
Sure.
or stuck or whatever. And the railroad has their own cops and they're called the Dicks. Like back Old West stories, the
Not a
Dicks.
sponsor.
So the railroad Dicks catch these drunk people. One night, drunk guy wanders in, gets lost, the Dicks start chasing him. I ain't getting caught by the cops. Starts running around. Gets on the hump set, which is the train that pushes the shit up the hump. Pulls down his pants and moons the fucking railroad Dicks, and he rides all the way up to the top, fucking shaking his ass at the railroad Dicks, and they got
Thinking he's getting away.
thinking he's getting away. They get to the top, they stop it, and they all just pile on him.
So, there's
But
something.
why? But
Hold
see,
on.
he still dropped his pants. So what is it like in a rail yard?
Railroad
People
isn't in
just,
pants.
people just want to get naked in the rail
Yeah,
yard.
people just
I
wanna
guess.
get- yeah.
So it's a romantic thing, maybe.
What about that chick from Risky Business?
that wanted to make love on the train? That was technically that was a subway, but it is a train.
Train's a train.
Train's a
Yeah,
train.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, train's a
Yeah, Rebecca De Mornay.
Yeah, I think that's her
Yeah.
real name, but what was her name?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Tom Cruise and the blonde.
Yeah.
That was before Tom Cruise got his grill fixed. He had it jacked up. Ha! I'm the crazy tooth that lives that corn.
So why do they call them dicks? This has to go back to
No idea.
no.
Well, they are a
Probably
bunch
detective.
of dicks, but
Well, I think this goes back to like the olden days.
yeah, it's the Old West.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
probably a detective thing. Or, you know, like
Sure.
railroad
Well,
detective.
no, you know,
Because the railroad would hire. I mean, law was the
Remember, this could be true.
Could be true. Could be true. Because you could hire lawmen, even like federal marshals and stuff. You could hire them. So,
Well, I think the railroad was like the law enforcement agency in a lot of places
it's privately
because
owned.
if the railroad went there, then
so you had like the Pinkerton Detective Agency.
Yeah, man, they had their
well,
own-
that's what
their own job.
that's what turned into the railroad dicks is the Pinkertons.
There you go.
Somebody's watching Young
It's
Guns.
a detective thing. So it could be true. You don't know.
Could be true. We don't know.
So you're at the railroad,
At the
and
railroad.
then you're at the railroad, and when do you come to Wisconsin?
2009 when the economy went.
On the railroad?
Railroad has a great tradition of if the economy dips at all, they lay everybody off for fun.
Really?
Yep. Do it all the time.
Okay, so don't work for the railroad,
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean,
Huh.
so yeah, whenever there's any sort of dip in the economy, like what just happened, they lay everybody off because whatever's happening economically or like goods, whatever moving, it affects the railroad like a year and a half before it affects the rest of us.
Huh. So why is that, I wonder?
Just because they're moving,
They're moving all this shit.
they're moving all the stuff,
Yeah, but, I
coal
mean-
and wood and commodities. So
But you would think like shipping would be first, right? Shipping,
But since we're
because
landlocked, I mean, we need trucks, we need trains,
right. Trucks is the last leg,
even to get a fucking head of lettuce.
right?
well, so BNSF that I work for, like that's a Berkshire Hathaway company, so Warren Buffett owns it, and so
Fucking Warren
they,
Buffett, man.
They sit and they look at all that stuff, and they're like, "Well, we're gonna
Picks
slow
up the
down.
red phone. He
Yep.
picks up the red phone.
We're
and
gonna
says,
lay everybody off."
You gotta,
You know,
whack, you gotta whack 2,500.
You know that's what happened in 2019. That's why the pipeline was really shut down. Because all that oil that would have come through that pipeline, it's still coming. It's just coming on trains. Fucking Warren Buffett, man, he picked up the phone. Hey,
Sending out
cutting
my
into
train.
my business. This I've decided this pipeline is ecologically unsound. I think we should put them on hazardous rail cars and run them down tracks that haven't been updated or replaced in 200 years. Let's do that instead. Thank you, bye. Could be true.
Could be true.
Warren
Could
Buffett.
be true.
Warren Buffett probably doesn't watch the show, so I think we're safe.
No, but
Add him to the list. We got some powerful enemies.
He'll call,
Elon does watch the show.
he's gonna call. He'll call Hillary Clinton up, and I'll commit suicide tomorrow.
I think it's the mouse that's gonna take us down.
It is it's Disney. Disney doesn't like us either.
No, I can imagine why.
Disney cannot stand us.
That would be hilarious, man, to get a fucking message from
I have
Disney
a
like,
certain sense.
"Hey, you guys can't do that anymore."
And those skills are very.
Just the guy shows up as the mouse, and he's like,
Open the door, and there's a mouse head just tacked to your door. Ha ha, motherfucker!
"Well, now they'll probably send the Mandalorian or something after you."
I don't know if they
I
could
would
cross
be
universes
honored
like
to be
that.
killed by Mando.
Yeah, but I don't think they could cross universes like that. Plus, I think it would be more terrifying for the guy who's going to kill you to show up in a Mickey Mouse costume.
Yeah,
That would be fucked up.
maybe they'll send Goofy instead or Pluto.
I'm here to kill you. So you come to Wisconsin.
Yep, come to Wisconsin.
Who do you work for when you?
On a sunny Saturday?
So, my first wife,
Oh,
her whole family was from Madison. So when I got laid off, looked around for jobs, wasn't nothing up there. I found
come
work.
on down to the capital city.
Yeah, I found work down here. Worked in some backwoods place in Watertown for a couple months, and then I got hired at Thermo King, or Transport Refrigeration,
Yeah.
to work on refrigeration units.
Diesel
Okay.
refrigeration units?
Yep. Yep.
Oh.
So
And then from there, I guess where I'm going is, at some point in your job to job to job, you went, there must have been a moment where you're like, this is not the way that I'm going to do this.
that was like probably 13 minutes into working for the railroad. But this fucking blows. I got to figure out how to get out of this shit.
Right.
So railroad, transport. I worked for Walmart. All of that night shift. Night shift, weekends. Never had a normal schedule ever. Is all.
And during the day, you're what? Trying to figure out how to build the empire?
Sleep when you can. Build the empire. Stay at home with my oldest daughter.
What are you trying to get going to get out of the like?
So how I met Jimmy, we started this. Well, the ultimate goal was a professional haunted house. That was always an interest of mine. I liked horror. I liked doing haunted houses. I liked scaring the shit out of people. So we were aiming to do a haunted house. Came up with a great business plan. Nobody will finance a haunted house. They just laugh at you. So how do
the ones that do want
And
to
why
own
is
it?
that? Why do they tell you that this isn't a viable business? Because it's only for a month out of the year?
It's only for a month out of the year. It's somewhat high risk. Weather affects it. Economy affects it. It's a novelty.
COVID affects
Yeah,
it.
COVID affects it potentially.
There are a few
but there's other things out there.
Well, there are a few companies that will finance your haunt, but they don't really finance your haunt. They buy it.
They buy it, and those didn't exist back when I was
Yeah.
trying to get this.
They're basically loan sharks.
Yep.
They buy it hoping that you'll fail so that they can just take it from you.
Yep. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of sharky.
Yeah. But so how do we come up with money to start a haunt? Well, what do people in Wisconsin like to do? Listen to music and drink beer. So we came up with a beer festival, and that's how I met Jimmy. Because he was
And almost me.
Yeah. Well, I did meet you kinda in a big creeper van in the Shopco parking lot when I was paying Jimmy money, and I was like, I'm gonna get stabbed and thrown in the back of this van.
I was in a dark place then. I needed money to support my Gardetto habit.
Indeed.
I still remember that. Like, I met Jimmy to pay him money, like whatever. I think you need to deposit, and then we paid the rest of it.
Oh, this
later.
actually happened?
Yes.
What van were you driving?
No, you were driving the van.
I was driving the van?
There's a big old
Was it the black one?
I don't know.
It's like white or silver.
It was his white one.
Oh, Audie's van.
It had all the windows.
Yeah. Audi, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember the van. I don't remember the meeting though.
Yeah. So it's like the middle of the day. Jimmy says, "Meet me at Shopco on the east side," and you guys roll up in this van. I was like, I'm straight up getting killed.
Come on, we got the money. It's right here in the
Right. And I didn't know you at all back then.
Get in the back.
Yeah, I was on the way over here. I was trying to think of that. Like, how did I get hooked up with you? Who?
I was booking bands.
Right, but I don't remember
And
who
you-
said
you-
call Jimmy the Gap. But it must have been somebody at one of the radio stations.
Yeah, if they were saying
But-
you would call Jimmy the Gap.
Yeah.
And
Also not a
Jimmy
sponsor.
the Gap.
also,
Once upon a day.
Once upon a day. Well, no, that's the way it's always been.
yeah.
You can't pick on me because I already do. I am the guy.
Yeah, I get you. I'm just saying.
Could be
But-
true.
So we tried this thing, epic failure, lost a whole bunch of money. So then kind of tucked my tail and
So the festival was an attempt to raise money
yep,
to put it into a haunt.
put into a haunt.
Oh.
And we sold a ton of beer. It was
Right.
one of the for the amount of people that we had, we sold a ton of beer. It's a cool event. It's a cool concept. It just we ended up having the event. It was the Badgers played #1 Ohio State that weekend, and it like so. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'll do it.
yeah, just took it in the can and.
Easy.
So then it's like, well, this ain't gonna work. So I still wanted to be involved in haunted houses. So I just went and found an up and coming haunted house. I'm like, well, I'll at least work
Sure.
there as a hobby or a side gig or whatever. That's when I the second year Screaming Acres existed is when I started getting involved with them,
Sure.
and then by the third year I owned part of it, and we took that to be, still one of the best
What it
haunts
is,
in
yeah.
southern Wisconsin. So, or probably all of Wisconsin. And then that's where I met you and Michelle.
Because we came to do makeup.
Yep.
Hired my wife's company, Glitter Decor, to
Yep.
come and do makeup.
And we did that for, I was there 6 years or 7 years. And then you guys were there.
6 years.
Yeah, and I think you guys were there one more season than I
did.
was.
Well,
Or two.
I did one. Michelle left, and I did one more season acting, but it was just not the same. The chemistry wasn't there.
Right.
It felt kind of flat. It was starting to get really cliquey. As happens with large groups, any large group of actors is going to end up being cliquey because they're in this part and you're in this part and they're in that part. So
Ages.
but it was all about haunting. It wasn't like So you decided that haunting was going to be the business that took you out of I got to work for a fucking railroad or fucking Walmart or fucking
First 13 minutes of working for the railroad, he came up with that.
Right.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Yep. That was, haunting was going to be the thing that took me out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, parted ways with Screaming Acres. Didn't like how they treated people. Had some core
We did 2 or
differences.
3 episodes about that one.
Yeah,
but-
yeah, we definitely could. About spoiled rich kids and not earning your own way in the world. And, whatever else you want to get into. So, Jacob, if you're watching, I'll still buy you a beer sometime. Come on out. So then I keep getting these messages all hours of the night from Michelle, Sid's wife.
Oh, yeah.
There's a ski area for sale out here by where we live in Mount Horeb. You should buy it. How the fuck am I going to buy a ski area?
That's not how it happened.
What?
I don't think that wasn't how it happened because Michelle heard it was for sale and she wanted all of us to buy it.
Right.
But we got out there, took the tour of the place, and clearly we did not fall in love with the place like you did.
Right.
But part of the condition of the sale was that it had to remain a ski resort.
Yep.
And we wanted nothing to do with running. I'm like, I don't even ski. I don't even like winter. What the hell? We kind of walked away. Sorry, I mean to jump on your story,
No,
but I
you're
just
fine.
remember this part clearly.
Right.
We kind of step away. I think it was even like the next day. Because Michelle and I had the store on Main Street at the time. Right? We're in the store, phone rings. Nathan. Hey, I don't know if I want to wait for you guys. Because Michelle wanted to wait till we looked a little better on paper. Nathan, I think I want to wait for you guys. You think it'd be okay if I just went after it myself? Hey, Nate wants to cut us out of this fucking deal and take everything for himself. Is that okay with you?
That's exactly how it went.
I'm paraphrasing,
Right.
of course.
Right.
No, it was cool. Yeah, man, go for it. I remember after hanging up and talking to Michelle, I was like, this is pretty fucking cool. Nate's gonna, come out here. Still probably gonna want to do a haunt out there, and we can do this part of it, and we don't have to fuck with being ski resort owners. And that was 2018. Was that 2017 or
That was 2017.
2018? It was 2017.
It took until 2018 to get it done.
Right, and you went out and kind of took over as like GM there for a while in 2018.
I conned them into putting me in charge because their general manager quit. So I got them to put me in charge, so I had extra leverage in buying it.
Need more?
And then,
What flavor? Do you want to try a new flavor? Sure.
we got it in 2018. Or I got it in 2018.
Nice.
And then 2019 is when we started Terror.
Uh-huh.
Because
Right.
it was like
Right.
August of
Top of
18.
COVID.
It was August of 18, so we couldn't get a haunt going that year. But in 19.
Right, but then 2019 comes around, and not only are you moving, because you moved into the place on the property on the 30th of October.
Yep.
Good planning.
Yep, good planning. Getting married for a second time.
Getting married for the second time.
On Friday the 13th.
Yep.
Did you really?
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, and it snowed the first year it snowed on Halloween.
It rained
night.
every fucking weekend,
Yep.
and then it snowed the last weekend.
You guys still did good.
Good for a first year.
It's good as a relative term, I guess.
Right. We shoveled the entire haunted house path that first year to open that
A
night.
lot of snow. It
Yeah.
snowed a lot. It didn't just like flurries.
It was like it was damn near a foot. So, which is good for a ski hill, not so good for a haunted house.
Right.
Because we were making snow that last weekend. Then while Haunt was running, we were making snow.
I gotta say that's pretty cool.
Making snow.
Well, no, not the actual making of the snow, because I have not participated in the snowmaking. I have watched it happen, and it is pretty cool. I gotta say, when you go out there at night and they got all the lights on and all the snow machines are running, and it's dead quiet except for this like brown noise, and it's really cold and still, and there's just this. And you look out over the hill and see all the snow guns going. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's kind of zen. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of peaceful. But yeah, no, I'm just saying, it's kind of cool. If you ever had the opportunity to sneak into a ski resort after it's closed,
come right around the snowcat sometime, Jimmy,
and watch.
I gotta be honest with you guys. I've been there with the snow guns running.
Have you? All right. I haven't ridden the snowcat yet either, though.
I haven't done
you
that
should come
yet.
ride the snowcat too.
Yeah, I'll ride the snowcat.
Can we do a show from snowcat?
Sure.
Snowcat. Yeah, that would be cool. We are going to do a show on the ski lift.
Yes.
Yeah. At some point.
Looking forward to that.
Lifting the dog to new heights.
So, my glass is empty.
Really?
Well, no, I'm just looking over here and I'm seeing Nathan.
Nate brought some gifts.
Nathan brought us some stuff.
Are you leaving those here with us?
Sure.
I'm thinking
No, I'm just gonna come back and visit every week.
this
but
one here.
I don't have a problem with that at all.
Stuff.
Something hit your volume. They remind you guys that it's episode 45, still working out the kinks.
Look at that. What? Yeah, there we go.
What? No, say it.
No, I was wondering about alcohol in tubes, but it wasn't going to be funny, so.
Non-chilled filtered.
Yeah. So what do you got there, Jimmy? I don't have my glasses on.
I got some yellow spots.
Why don't you tell me? Why don't you just read the label there? Tell me what you got.
It's a single pot. I still can't read with my glasses on some of this writing. Still Irish whiskey, aged 12 years.
12 years. So there's a single pot, so it's not a blend, right?
Is there a number of how many on here, or that's not that kind of?
usually Irish whiskey isn't that kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't believe.
So we're going to have a wee nip of the creature then. is
But
what I'm
it says
saying over
3
here.
cask moderation, bourbon, sherry.
Does that mean
and-
So they
change it from one
they
barrel
change
to
it from
another?
one barrel to another barrel to another barrel.
So it's kind of like when we racked our mead, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
So they take it from this barrel, they put it in this barrel.
So it's basically doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's sherry and Malaga.
I don't know.
Non-chill filtered. Sherry and Malaga.
What is that?
non-chill
What
filtered.
is? You know,
So
non-chill
they put it in a
filter mead?
bourbon barrel, a sherry barrel, and whatever the hell Malaga is.
Oh,
Barrel.
Malaga.
Yep.
What is Malaga? That's
I
something
have
something
no
you need a
idea.
shot for.
It does sound like an illness, doesn't
Yeah,
it? It's probably a wood. Well, let's
in
open her up.
Get in there. You need a knife? You got a knife? You got a little ripcord right there.
Ripcord right there.
So, gooch. Go ahead, take it.
So you don't put this behind the bar.
I do not put that behind the bar.
Okay. And I have seen your bottle collection. It's quite impressive.
Where is this bottle collection?
Some of it's at my house, some of it's in my office. Because I don't have enough room in either place for all of it.
Holy shit.
And
Excuse me.
quick shampoo bottle. So where do you now? You didn't pay retail for this,
No.
correct?
No.
Right. So how do you end up with this bottle?
So I have a pretty good relationship with my distributors because at the ski area we have multiple bars.
Sure.
So when good things like this come available, most products like this are allocated. So you have to buy something else in volume.
Oh, so the distributor gifted this to you?
It's not gifted. I still got to pay for it, but you have to sell certain things to get certain things.
Okay.
So if you're a good customer, sell high volume of certain products, then when good stuff like this comes in, there's a short list of people, and they'll, hey, I got this. You want it?
I'm just picturing that
here's the
whole,
price.
like, if you sell this many candy bars, you can get a bike.
Yep, it's
That's
pretty much the same thing, but with liquor.
Where's the cork?
Yeah.
Oh, but wait.
In front of you.
Is it gonna make me go woo?
I think
So
we're
this
doing
is
a shot.
this is a
I think
sipper.
so.
This is a sipper, not a
Yeah, this is
shooter.
not a shooter.
Thanks for telling me that.
I'm sorry, I only have 2 really like actual whiskey glasses, so you can't do the. Hey, how you doing?
I can get my nose in there.
Everything okay? Yes.
Do you guys know how to drink this properly?
No,
Teach me.
show us.
No, show us.
So you're supposed to take a little bit, swish it around.
Spit it back in.
Nope. Swallow her down. Wait like 30, 45 seconds till the burn goes away. Then the next sip, you'll actually taste all of the flavors and stuff because you won't get the burn.
Oh, so I've been enjoying my scotch all wrong.
All wrong.
All right.
Is that a Minnesota thing or?
It's a bourbon thing, but it applies across the board for whiskeys.
Alright.
we
Wait a
count
little while
hip-
for the burn to go.
You got to count like 35.
Okay, so there's the burn.
Yep.
Yep, not bad. Now you gotta let it settle.
Just let
Let
it
it settle out.
settle out, and then your next sip, then you'll get all the flavors.
Now, I enjoy a good scotch, but scotch hits different than that. Scotch does not have that burn like this does. At least the scotch that I drink, because when I do buy scotch, I only get like 1 bottle
So
a year, so I can buy as good a scotch as I can afford.
With the scotch, because they filter it through the peat moss, I think that takes away some of that burn.
Oh.
And scotch usually isn't bottled as high alcohol content as bourbon or whiskey.
So it's just burning on the sides of the tongue now. Oh,
Right?
I see. It's like kind of a step up from pictures of Jaeger bombs, huh?
A little bit. But I still like my mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we're saying is to get stuff like this, you got to sell other stuff. So then the distributor, when they get, they'll only get 2-3 cases of something like this in a year.
Uh-huh.
And so then they got their short list of, you want this? You can have 2 bottles.
And what do they expect you to do with it? Do they expect you to put it behind the bar?
You
Top
can.
shelf, you kind of accumulate.
You can if you want, but they don't really give it, they don't care what you do with it because they get their money either way.
Right.
So, and like the different distributors that I work with, they know that some of the high-end stuff I'm going to put behind the bar, but then there's a lot of it that I'm just putting right in my own collection.
Do you have any targets right now?
Like certain things that I
Like,
want.
Ooh, yeah.
Things that you want to acquire?
Yes.
Like,
Where do you get the jacket?
how many miles do you have to collect to get the fighter jet?
No, they don't got none of that anymore. Weller, white label and red label. I need those bottles.
Weller?
You
Weller.
need them to what? Complete a collection?
Complete a set. So Weller has
Oh.
they have blue, green, orange, red, white. I think that's all of them.
The powers combined, they
Yeah.
create.
The Infinity Stones.
Hey!
Yeah.
I got all the colors!
Oh, God.
I got all the colors now! I'm a superhero!
each one of the colors is something different. So like green is special reserve, so it's a smaller batch of bourbon. Orange is, well, if anybody who's like hardcore bourbon collector is watching this, I'm sorry for whatever I'm screwing up, but I think orange is single barrel, blue is barrel proof. There's each color is a different sort of bourbon, but it's all the Weller line.
It's a different process?
Yeah, it's either a different process or how long it's in the barrel, or it's anything that's a single barrel. They literally take this barrel, pour it into bottles.
That's it.
And that's it.
Right.
And then, the next barrel might be different than this.
See, that
barrel,
part I get.
but-
I get that part,
Yeah.
like the single barrel versus a blend.
Yep.
There's a distillery over here that lost a barrel for like 9 years.
Yeah.
And they found it. It was in their bar area.
Did you get some of that?
I got a bottle of it, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the, is it?
It's not down here, but I'd love to give you a what do you call it, a swig, a
Good.
snort, a rip,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you call it.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
finish the story, because this is a cool story.
So apparently we went there, it was like early December, we went there, and we were talking, there were some drinks that were wanted that they were unable to make because they were a distillery and they weren't making like a Bacardi Limon.
Yep. Yes.
So-
if you're a distiller, you can't have other people's liquor.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So the bartender, super cool guy, came out and was talking with us about what he can. And they were honestly creating some really cool stuff. Putting different liquors together and different this and different that to try to accomplish and achieve what was being looked for.
Right.
And then he went on talking about this keg.
Yeah.
One of the smallest, like a little end table.
Okay.
It got lost in the wherever it got lost, and nobody knew anything
Misplaced.
about it. And for like 9 years,
So it's just sitting there aging.
just aging. It was in fucking end table.
They were using it as an end table.
Oh,
It was being used as
so
an.
they thought it was empty, but it wasn't. Yeah. That's super
They
cool.
thought it was a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
And then they found it and they realized what it was.
Yeah.
And I think I'm almost right in the middle. I think I got like 45 out of 100.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the numbers. It was 9 years, so what is that? Is that 106 months? It's like, for some reason, 45, 106 stand out.
So they take this barrel,
Yeah. Bottle
they
it.
bottle it.
Is it whiskey or what?
Yes.
Yeah. It's good.
Well,
Dude,
when we
it's
go back
nice,
upstairs, we'll take a little.
Yeah,
It's,
I'll be more than happy to
Oh, that'd be
share
great.
with you.
Yeah.
I had to beat him into it.
Yeah.
We
Bullshit.
didn't have any booze that night. I'm like, dude, I need something
No.
other than me.
Anything I have, unless I got two
I
bottles.
pulled out some Jack,
Yeah.
some Bullet,
Yeah.
and that. He was all take that. It's all yours, man.
Unless I have two bottles, I won't open it.
See, now I don't get that. Like this.
All right, let me ask you, what's the bottle of that go for?
That's about $4.
You're higher up the chain than me, pal.
This was meant to be enjoyed.
Right, that's why I'm.
It's like it's not fulfilling its destiny if it's not. So so it's not really the having of the bottle. It's the acquiring of the bottle.
Right. Yeah.
See?
Yeah, I like getting it.
So you collect full bottles, is what you're saying.
Correct. But as soon as I like drinking it too, but I won't open any bottle unless I have two of them.
Unless you have two of
Because
them.
I want
This
I want
Kind
one.
of like me with my Hot Wheels cars.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's the same as baseball cards or Hot Wheel cars or Star Wars action figures or whatever. You take them out of the package, they ain't worth shit.
They were. Yeah, I guess I understand it.
you got two of those.
I got two of those. So 5 years
Sale.
5 years from now, this was about $400, and that's not retail. That's at the distributor level.
Yeah.
Retail, it's over 400. Then 5 years from now, when everybody else cracked theirs open and I still got an empty one, now it's worth $1,000. It ain't worth $400.
How much is your? What do you think your collection is worth?
Have you upgraded your shelving unit?
I have,
You have insurance.
Dude.
I don't know if I had to guess, $40,000 or $50,000.
Is that something you can insure?
Yeah, it's insured.
Is it insured?
Yeah.
Lords of London, right?
But you crack them open, then they're not worth nothing. So
Right, but it's not like so this isn't like wine. If you open a bottle of wine, let's say you
It spoils.
it starts to spoil immediately. As soon as the oxygen starts to hit that, it starts to spoil. It goes to vinegar. This is not like that.
Right.
So we've drank this much. We can put this away, come back next year. It won't have, the profile won't have changed.
right.
So,
But would it get
just-
better?
no.
No, because it doesn't.
There's nothing for
There's
the,
nothing. Yeah,
there's
nothing to
to
increase
pull.
the flavor.
It's not like it's still in a barrel and it's
Right.
it's heating the barrel.
If you dumped it back into a barrel of some sort, then it would get better.
Sourdough whiskey.
But
It's probably an Amish thing. So now you get the hunt going,
yeah,
and
the ski area.
He's pushing in hard, dude. He's had a lot.
he is
Man.
all about it tonight.
He's had a lot tonight, man. You gotta lay down. Take a nap.
Forgot what I was gonna say.
The haunt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
That's what I was
And then
talking
from there,
about.
you're gonna go into something else, but you completely forgot.
Totally derailed.
So you got nothing.
So we got the Tarot going, the ski hill
Yeah.
going. We got, you know,
Right, but now you're branching out again, or at least expanding, diversifying.
yeah.
You gotta diversify your bonds, yo.
Does there come a point? You know, you're working pretty much every day. I would imagine at some point somebody says, "Dude, you know, chill.
Yeah.
You got to take today off. Watch the kid." Just had a kid.
Yeah. In
4
January.
months.
Five
Congratulations.
months a few days ago, yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations, brother.
Yeah.
I would have known if I would have got the cigar.
Yeah.
I don't think I gave cigars to anybody.
Yeah, nobody got
I'm kind of a
cigars.
prick like that.
Well, maybe a bottle of booze.
I got some good cigars. Next episode,
And
we'll do cigars instead of whiskey.
so,
This guy's great.
does there come
Every
a
show,
point?
bring him.
Does there come a point? Because I know that a lot of these other things that you're kind of touching into, you're not so much overseeing as you are just like have a piece of them. You're investing, pushing along, that kind of thing.
Right.
Does there come a point where you're like, you know what? This is I got enough. I've done enough. I'm comfortable. Everything's set. I think now I will become a gentleman of leisure.
So, for me, it's never been about getting the money or having the money. It's the
Ruling of the world.
It's the same with like collecting bourbon, or it's the how do I acquire it? It's the battle to get whatever it is.
Okay, so you love playing the game.
I like the game.
Okay.
I like
Wow. So get your mindset right. Not about the money.
and like the money, you know, figuring out how to get the money, earn the money, keep making the money grow.
Yeah.
Like that's a piece of it, but for me it's not, you know, it's not zeros in my bank account. It's, well, I can take this, and because this one has a goofy berry on it, it's worth 3 times as much to somebody. Do you know that? Do you know that? Maybe you do. Are you gonna go try to sell it to somebody? I don't know. I'm gonna go try to sell it to somebody, and I'm gonna get 4 times what it's actually worth because some sucker will buy it. That's what I
It's got
like
a
doing.
goofy berry on it.
Because it's got a goofy berry on it.
Sure.
It's the game. I like the game.
Okay. So then when you reach that plateau and the money comes, do you go, ha, I have the money, or do you go, all right, now what? Now I take this money and I go over here and I do something else with it?
What's the next game?
What's the next game?
Potentially the game is higher stakes, or less risky. But what's the game?
You know, and I guess because, so you go from mechanic, basically, to resort owner. That's a pretty broad fucking spectrum. You know, it's not like you went from mechanic to dealership owner. You're like it's a completely different track.
Well, the next thing, or you know, I bought a farm, so now I'm
You got a farm out there?
mechanic.
Farm now too.
I'm a resort owner, and I'm a farmer.
Yeah.
What do you farm?
Hay right now,
What is the plan for the farm?
grass raised
Cattle. So
beef,
this time next year we'll have them back. Steaks.
steaks. Well, the ultimate goal of the farm is to have bison.
You know, and I've been looking for
they're cool.
like an eighth cow, quarter cow.
Yeah.
I would love to
And
do
you want to raise bison?
Yeah,
bison.
bison.
That's buffalo, right?
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Tatanka.
Tatanka.
Donko.
The name of the farm is Tatanka Donk.
Fuck out of here, really?
Is it really?
Tatanka Donk LLC.
Donk LLC.
So no beef, just bison.
No, we got beef. So we're doing beef, and then we're starting with the beef because bison are 3,000-pound pissed off creatures.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to handle cows, and then get
Do they make maybe miniature
Yeah.
bison?
Baby bison.
baby bison.
Midget bison.
Midget
No, you can't say that, man.
No, you can if it's an animal.
Peter don't like that shit.
I think you can say it if
No,
it's a,
Peter's gonna
I
be-
think you can use
Now
the
we
word
pissed off
midget.
Peter.
If you're talking about animal species, I think, how about, okay, wait, maybe it's pygmy bison?
pygmy bison,
Pygmy bison.
Pygmy bison, maybe?
half-size bison,
Miniature.
miniature,
Miniature
Dwarf
bison?
bison. That's it, dwarf bison.
dwarf.
Little bison?
Little bison.
I don't know. I don't think they have any of that, but
TLC's coming.
That's where they make the minute steaks out of. Hey,
Shish kebabs.
get out of here with that. Hey.
Shish kebabs.
I think through the butcher process, what we call them is the least concern of the animal.
Probably.
So what do you want to be called? Slit.
tasty.
Are you going to process your own? You got.
Well,
Or
I
you
have
gotta
my
truck
fingers
them
in a
out to-
processing company, so Artemis Meats and Provisions
Oh, yes.
on Main Street.
On
in
Main
Mount
Street, Mount Harmon, Artemis Meats and Provisions.
Not a sponsor, as Jimmy would say.
What are they going to get? Now, they're going to do more than bison, right?
Correct. So, Uncle Sam, if you're watching, turn off your monitor.
They don't do that.
Yeah.
They-
Hypothetically, the
they're always
plan,
like-
Yeah.
hypothetically, in a perfect
Yeah.
world, the plan would be for
You got any
them
pretzels?
Right. So,
No. What you got?
I can go direct to market with whatever we raise
I
on
got
the farm
breadsticks
because I have
and
my
loaves.
fingers in the processing.
to, right?
So, instead of me selling Joe Blow processor
Change your
cow
bowls.
for this amount and then him marking it up, I can
I love you, little brother.
I skip the middleman and I go right to the consumer
Right.
through that storefront, and I make most of the money
Okay.
instead of. Well, I make most of the money because I get both the sale of the beef and then I get my money from the part of the
But I
processing.
mean, are you
company I
gonna?
own.
Is there gonna be more than beef in there? Are you gonna have, you know, there's gonna be
We're gonna
ostrich.
have fucking bison
We're gonna
too.
have fucking
Beef and
ostrich,
bison.
rattlesnake.
For sure, a few
Tarantula?
different types of beef, goat, bison,
Gout? Isn't that something you get?
goat,
Oh, goat.
goat.
Goat?
Yeah, GOAT. It's actually quite tasty.
roasted goat is good. I've never had fried goat, although my cousin-in-law, East African, said fried goat is.
Fried goat. So like you dip it in the egg
Yeah.
wash, you bread it.
White
I
people,
don't know.
white people are the only people who don't eat goat. All the other different cultures eat goat. It's just
Really?
normal.
Europeans.
Yeah.
Did he eat goats in Canada?
Well, no, Indian,
Europeans.
Muslim, because cows are holy to them. So
Right,
they don't eat beef.
cows, but
Yeah.
we eat cows.
We eat cows, but they eat goat. Goat's pretty tasty. It tastes kind of like lamb.
Huh.
And goats are assholes, so
No, they're only assholes to you.
I don't know about that.
You had to run over to goat.
I had 8
So hold on,
goats.
this is fucking personal for you, isn't it?
I had 8 goats. I wanted to kill all 8 of them because the fuckers kept escaping.
The goats got away.
Sid helped me catch them one night.
So this is personal for you. This
The
isn't
goats get
about-
away one night. It's raining. I just happened to be there. Hey, you want to help me catch some goats? Fuck yeah, let's go get some goats.
That sounds like a amazing.
They were in Blue Mountain State Park,
They got from the hill to Blue Mountain State Park
like 5 miles away.
where they were caught.
Yep.
They stayed together in a pack.
Yep.
They were on the trail.
Hey, over here. No, this way.
And then the neighbor's kid came over and was like, hey, and like wrangled them.
Yeah.
But they didn't like Nathan at all.
No, they hated me.
So this is personal for you, eating goats.
Yeah, I don't like them goats.
You'd rather fucking
I'd rather eat them. So
leg wash.
So we caught them that night. We got them back. Kept them in their pen. Kept them over at my farm all winter. Got them nice and fat. Fed them hay. They're living high in the hog. We bring them.
thinking, this ain't a bad lick.
Yeah. We bring them back to Tyrol for them to do their job, which is to clear brush. They're out there literally like 15 minutes, and all of them are fucking out again. Like you could watch them jump out of the fucking pen and just running around. I'm like, I go get my fucking AR. I'm shooting all of them, and somebody stops me. So I'm just like, fuck you. Go be wild goats. 3 days later, they show up right in the middle of the hill because they're tired from running around. They show up in the middle of the hill and lay down. So I wrangled them up, put them in the trailer. I took them to the slaughterhouse.
There you go. No more goats.
No more goats.
No more goats.
No.
Because they were supposed to be lawnmowers.
Yep.
Right.
And they're supposed to clear all the thick brush from the side of the hill.
Yeah.
Well, if you would have trusted them the second time,
So,
I tried.
they came back.
what's next for...
I would have gave them a week or two more.
What's next for Tyrol? I mean, you know, because here's the thing too, Tyrol Basin. Now I remember because I went to high school in Mount Horton. Tyrol Basin was open in the winter and then it closed, and that was it. That was it. It was just open in the winter, and then it would close, and you'd go out there and do things that you weren't supposed to do in other places. But you got shit going year round.
Yep.
Aside from the skiing, obviously, and tubing, which
Ski there?
added. Yeah, ski there, apparently.
Yeah.
It was like a big hill and everything. The haunt fills
October.
the October month. But you got all summer long, the restaurant opens up.
Frisbee
And
golf.
Frisbee golf. You got fitness courses now, right?
We got fitness classes. We host
Classes? You host?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. There's fitness classes.
You're gonna bring Iron Man and CrossFit out there?
We host all the Beast Mode Archery Challenge events, which is like it's like Tough Mudder meets it's Tough Mudder with a bow shooting component. So we do all
I've
those.
watched them work out for the Beast Modes.
Yeah.
A lot of dragging of sleds and heavy breathing.
That's what you gotta do,
Not
drag
really
a
my
sled.
thing.
Lots of weight on your back.
That's what you gotta do, you gotta drag a sled.
Well,
put weight in
because it started as trained to
Because you're
hunt,
in
right?
beast mode.
It started as train to hunt.
Started as trained to hunt.
Um,
So if you take down an animal,
yeah.
you're putting it in a sled and you're dragging it out.
Yeah.
So it's a weighted
So
sled drag.
The next event that we have for Beast Mode comes up at the end of June. It's called the Beast Mode Games, and it's 4 different parts. The first one's the Beast Course, which is a 4-mile hike with 30 pounds on your back. Second part is an obstacle course with the 30 pounds on your back, and then there's different athletic things on it, plus shooting. The third part is the pack out, which is if you harvested an elk or a deer or whatever. So that's 1.5 miles with 100 pounds on your back. And then the last piece is a 30 target 3D course, and how you shoot counts for your
30 targets?
Yep, counts
You
for your
gotta pop
score.
all of them.
Yep,
Whoa.
Yeah, squirrel,
yeah.
caterpillar.
Oh, these are the 3D targets.
Yep, the 3D targets. So,
So squirrel, caterpillar,
there's no
monkey.
squirrels. There's I don't know, deer, elk.
Should be a monkey.
sheep,
though. I agree.
owls.
There should be a monkey.
There should be a monkey. There's a snake.
You gotta hit a snake with an arrow.
Yeah.
Like straight on.
No, like a big boa constrictor type.
Coiled
snake.
up?
Yeah.
Can I use a golf cart?
And goats?
No.
Because the whole
What about goats?
there's
There
no
might be a
goat.
mountain goat.
Actually,
Might
there is
be
a goat.
Yeah, I
There
think
was
there's
a
a
goat
mountain
target.
goat. Yeah.
I think there's a mountain
Yeah.
goat target.
You got like impalas and
Yep. There's a. There's a bunch of different
Alligator?
stuff. Lion,
Hey.
alligator. Yeah.
What's the, we were talking last night. You get the big Russian hat,
Yeah.
right? But it's not rabbit. It's some stupid
Rodent.
rodent. Do you remember the name of that rodent that they make faux fur out of?
Oh, faux fur?
Yeah. Well,
Not
not
faux.
Not faux. It's real fur, but it's from this stupid rodent that's like
My
a big rat.
mother had a faux fur coat.
Yeah.
She's told everybody it took 42 faux to get
Well,
that
these
coat.
chairs here are Naugahyde. And, I mean,
Naugahyde.
yeah. I mean, Nagas are only like so big.
They're vinyl.
So these.
What do you mean? This is the highest quality leather.
Corinthian. Ask Ricardo Montalban.
It's Corinthian.
It's Corinthian leather. Such as the 76
Hey,
Chrysler Cordoba.
So, do you see a point in the future where you stop? Where you just
Well, what I like to
chill?
tell
Let me
everybody,
ask you this, Nate. Are you going to run for president in 2028?
I have definitely talked about getting into politics, but then I get kindly reminded by my soon-to-be third wife that I don't handle criticism so well, especially on social media. So
Well, that's because you're a Republican.
getting into politics, I'm gonna hear a bunch of bullshit from everybody, and I'm probably gonna end up, beating the shit out of somebody, which will make me not get elected. So
But you know what? I think now
make a good video.
that would I think that would skyrocket your
Can you
popularity.
send it to feed the dog right away?
I swear to God.
Well,
It's a numbers thing for me.
if you look around the vast universe of the internet, for ski owner beats the shit out of customer, there's a video out there for you to view.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's not you though.
Oh, it's me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There you
Get
go.
the fuck out of here.
Yeah. There's somebody who didn't want to leave my bar, and he was asked very nicely multiple times, and he spit in my face. And apparently, if you spit in my face, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. So.
That's odd. This is your last one, pal.
But I guess, do you see yourself retiring?
So, what my goal has been would be 2 years and 8 days from now, when I turn the ripe old age of 40, I will be done.
Remember 40?
I don't remember 40. But I can tell you this, I'm going to retire in 10 years. I will be retiring in 10 years.
Good.
After they put me in the ground.
You better not be in the ground in 10 years.
My plan is to work every day of my life and then just die.
On your way home from the
keel over
lab.
it.
Just-
Right.
Work every day and then one day die.
What you should try to die in the most inconvenient way possible for everybody around you.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
work for
fuck,
them.
stay up.
No, that's what I like to say. I think
Park your car sideways on a bridge.
I like to work. It keeps my brain calm. I like to work. Like, I don't know, when we talked over the weekend, I was out making hay. Like, you were doing stuff for the
We're not to
lawn,
say
for-
about
yeah.
making hay.
No, he was actually cutting hay.
No, I was actually
I
making
believe
hay.
that. I was just.
We weren't making hay. I mean,
Well,
we're friends and all, but
Max, what
Yeah.
do you think about this?
maybe at 40 I'll retire. I don't know. We'll see.
just let the money make money, maybe.
Maybe.
Spend an hour in the morning checking on investments and
Or I'll probably find some other stupid thing to go and buy and continue world conquest.
well, you should think about getting into is the podcast game.
Yeah.
I am right now.
You can become a friend of the show.
Find some fledgling podcast. Not us. I mean, this is hypothetical.
Hypothetical, something to think about when you go home and have dinner tonight.
Purchase Feeble Cable Access Show and exploit it.
Wow.
Nobody?
Feeble cable.
Nope. Nobody? Tim?
You said you were gonna get
Wayne's
into
World. Come on, Wayne's
Part
World.
of politics is owning the news.
I didn't get it.
It's Wayne. That was a Wayne's
I
World.
don't.
Are you guys the news though?
No.
We are the news.
Yeah.
Might as well be.
We are the news.
For 150
Yeah, we can
people.
make up bullshit better than anybody else.
Apparently, the Mexican volcano that erupted, and the big Mexican volcanic eruption.
No.
Apparently, the cause of the big global white supremacy.
Oh,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, white supremacy. Cause. You didn't know that?
Sounds like CNN.
I mean, Jane Fonda's on board and everything. She's gonna Yeah, because the patriarchy is the reason for that kind of global disaster.
Are you sure though? Are you sure it's white supremacy and not that Michelle Obama got a boner?
No, it's definitely It's definitely white supremacy. Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Michelle Obama's boner caused the.
I think that's the why. I think that's Canadian wildfires.
Michelle Obama.
For sure.
I want to say I believe it.
I think it's a dude.
I just.
I think it's Michael.
That would
Or
be too
Michelle.
easy. That would
Michelle.
be too easy. That would be too easy. It's probably like Jack.
Sure. So
Maybe the cause of the volcano going off was Biden falling down again.
could be.
Shook the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it would depend on your news feed.
Yeah.
Because it was probably Trump.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he grabbed somebody by the pussy and off the volcano went.
Grab him right by the pussy.
And volcanoes erupt everywhere.
Right. Gave him one of Jimmy's fucked up fingers. And boom.
It happens.
Why don't you tell me what the 45th, right? 45?
45.
Why don't you tell me what 45
It's a
is?
sapphire. I said this last week.
Sapphire?
Sapphire is the 45th traditional wedding anniversary gift. A richly colored blue
Can I try this one?
gemstone. Yes. That represents a couple's deep, endless love for one another.
Michelle's wedding ring has sapphires on it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, then there you go. You reached your 45th before you even got to your
Yeah.
first. How's that feel?
I didn't even pick it out. She picked it out. She designed it, picked it out, brought it to me,
I want this.
gave it to me, said, here, look, I finished my ring, and then I gave it back to her and said, all right, I guess we're all set.
This quencher tastes like water after drinking that shit.
Well, it would. The quencher is,
6.5.
Yeah.
And this is 46.
There you
I
go.
believe this one is also, can't read it.
46%
46.
alcohol by.
So this is the
High West Campfire.
campfire.
No, thank you.
Should we
I'm not even done with my.
ramble through a couple dad jokes?
Oh, this is a cool bottle, dude.
I know, you see that? The bubbles in there?
Yeah, man.
Where's the dad jokes?
Oh, I got the dad jokes over here. Nate, you gonna do a dad joke?
Sure.
Alright. We do like a Yahtzee style dad jokes. Pick your dad joke. Dun, dun, dun.
Who did Frankenstein's monster bring to a party?
Who did Frankenstein's monster bring to a party? Who?
His ghoul friend.
His girlfriend! No! That was pretty bad.
Very fitting, considering we have Tara Tyrell.
This got you written all over it, brother.
All right, before I choke to death, have you heard of the new movie Constipation?
Coming soon.
I got nothing.
Boo!
It never came out.
It never came out. It never came out.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I get it.
I heard that on TV today, that's why.
All right.
We gotta wait for the burn and then hit it again. Oh, this is.
Yeah, that's you, isn't it?
Is this smoke?
Pass it this way.
What is this
Yeah.
that I'm taking? Is it smoke?
No, it's a blend. It's bourbon, rye whiskey, and scotch.
I want no accidents happening on this. Wow.
That's one of my favorites.
High West.
We did that one last week. Did you hear about the two silkworms in a race?
I did not hear about the two.
Did you hear about the two? Did you hear about the two?
Did any of you guys?
It ended in a tie.
Boo!
Hey!
Why did the can crusher quit his job?
Why did the can crusher quit his job?
Because it was soda present.
Alright, that was pretty clever.
I think that's good enough.
Thank you.
Oh, camera's over here now. I was gonna point at the camera.
No,
It's over
camera's
here
right
now.
here.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks to Nate.
Thank you, Nathan, for
Thank
coming
you
and hanging out with us.
Thank you for the booze. Thanks
Go
for
home,
the
shut
hat.
up, drink your meat.
Always come back.
We'll like, share, subscribe. Pound it, pound it, pound it. The
Smash
subscribe,
that like.
especially.
Thank you.
Share it again. Make your friends subscribe.
Why don't we put these back in here?
I know you fuckers are watching the show. I
So
see
step
it.
up.
Step up and hit that subscribe button.
You do it for people you don't even know. You might
Yeah,
as well do it for a
it's
couple
not-
guys.
you don't even have to ever watch it again.
Yeah, just hit the damn
Subscribe
button.
it. Do the thing.
Thank you very much.